Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the best Forex stream in the world right now. You have tuned into the Raja Bank session in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. First caller of the day.
All right. Let's do
Good
it.
morning.
Hey, good morning.
The Raja Bank special.
Caval special. Above, there is a potential resistance here.
Yeah, but it's like a minor.
So what we got to do is got to see what's going on in the 1 hour time frame over here.
I closed already.
So, bro, I'm trying to map out my trade. If you don't interrupt me, that's going to be very much helpful.
All right, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
So the 30 minute is coming up to some sort of a resistance over here. Cannot take a buy because we're at resistance. Cannot take a sell because the candles are bullish. And once it goes above here, there's another resistance here, man. Oh, we got roadblocks over here. So this range is what? 18, negligible. And then the next range is, yeah, I think this is going to be a better range to take a trade into. Or if we get a pullback and price starts to create some sort of support, then that'll be a good trade to go up. But at this point, we're at a resistance here.
bye. This is where I closed right here. I think it might go down a little and then retest. Continue up. But I want to take it easy. I've been controlling myself.
Gold so far is still ranging, just as always. Gold, I think gold is creating like really nice patterns on the daily. Because if you look on the 1 hour and 30 minutes, just garbage. Look at that. Garbage.
How's your spread on gold? Thank you.
It's the same as yours, bro. It's pretty high.
Yeah, I have 5.
So if you look on the daily rejected a resistance area. Yeah, if it's gonna continue bearish, it should continue down to this area here, 1631. But I'm not trading gold at all because the spreads are too high, and whoever's trading gold, man, good luck. You're a true soldier. Carry on.
5 is not that bad. Is it? 5 gold?
Oh.
Is 5 pips high on gold?
Yeah, normally I like a normal spread on gold are like 2 pips. So of course 5 is high.
Yeah, I've always had like 5. That's crazy.
Oh, Monty is doing okay. Ooh, what happened to Monty? Oh, there was no London stream in the morning?
No, I don't know what happened.
Oh.
No, he can't. He couldn't do today. He's
I think at the hospital with them.
Oh shit!
he's not feeling great, so he's not going to do well.
He went to the hospital.
No, he's
that
not.
was with his girl.
He's not at the hospital. He's
his
at
daughter. His daughter was the hospital.
So yeah, there was no London stream today.
Okay.
But to be honest, it was fine because nothing happened.
It was just
That big move at that 2 a.m. candle came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no confirmation either. It just
Literally.
dropped.
I was looking at taking buys, and then yeah, just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was looking for patch as well.
5 minute candle straight down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see if the 5 minute candle broke below here and then the next one went down, but it's just one, just straight down.
Yeah, I even tried to look at if I could have gone entry like afterwards, and I just couldn't see how I could have entered there.
Yeah.
This is the entry that I took. It was like a little not risky. I posted up on the chart, but I went based on EMAs for the first time. Came out good.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Looks like someone's making breakfast in the background.
Oh, sorry, that was my chair.
Oh,
Oh, that's my alarm.
would you have taken a buy to retest the high it's currently at after it rejected, or do you not like the bullish bearish candle in the middle? Bullish bearish candle. I have no idea what you mean. Bullish
Golfing, I
bearish
guess.
He's talking about that one candle that got rejected at the resistance.
candle. I think he's talking about this one right over here.
Yeah, that engulfing.
Oh, oops.
I don't know. Maybe like after this candle close. Yeah. So this area is an important level because we got rejected here before. We got rejected here pre-London. So I guess 134.300 is an important price, and now you just gotta wait to see how price reacts to this level. I mean, if we get rejected here, we start coming down. This could be a good opportunity to say that okay, price has made a high, it's coming down, might create a support to continue up to retest this high.
Yeah, I'm looking for buys in this area right here.
Oh, to break above that area.
No.
What's this chart over here? Let's take a look here. GJ 1 hour resistance at 134 with multiple takeouts to the upside, first target. Yep, this makes sense. This makes perfect sense. You have the same range. I have the same range here. This is the same range. We expected the support. If we break the support, we're gonna come down over here. Actually, how big is this range here? Let's see. This is a 50 pip range. You know what I'm gonna do? Since we're in the range, and if there is a bearish candle formation here, like if a candle closes bearish, I'll look for a sell. But for now, for buys, I'm just. Are we talking about getting a buy if it creates a support inside the range? Yes. Yep. And then I'd expect the New York Open volume to push through this resistance if we create a support down around 134 or 134.050. But at the same time, looking at the 4 hour, it's going to be very crucial because 4 hour is ranging. So this is going to be a very hard area to, like, you know, kind of like, yeah, like a confident trade. So just being very cautious here. Because ideally, if there's a candle forming at this level, something, you know, if this forms something like this, then this will be a very, very good opportunity to take a sell to come down further. So I think that's going to be a, that could be a good trade. Let's wait and see what happens. 15 minutes is about to close in 12 minutes, 7 minutes. Also, I think if like an aggressive opportunity could be if this 30-minute breaks the low of the previous 30 minutes. Let's measure how this big range is. This is 10, 11. Yeah, let's see. All right, what's this? Oh, buy stops. Buy stops above this area here. Okay, okay, okay. Sell stops below that area.
That's what I have. I have a buy stop as well there.
Yeah. See, the only thing is, if price does break above here, and there's enough momentum in New York session, then it shouldn't really get stuck in this range because this is like a 20 pip range. It's not that big.
Right.
Just continue moving.
And just rock it up.
Yeah, because that in turn will break the high of the 4-hour candle and will give this current 4-hour candle much more room to continue up to, you know, 134.500. Yeah, waiting is crucial.
So there was really no understanding for that 2-hour candle, was there?
The 2-hour candle?
2 hour candle?
I meant the 2 hour, the candle at 2 a.m. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
distracted.
I'm like, we've never used a 2-hour candle before.
No, because there was no confirmation.
You know?
Because the candle, before that, it closed kind of like above the ones here to the left. And then at 2 a.m. just...
Yeah, because like I had my zone also in that area, and I saw that once we broke through, I was like, "Ha, it's time to milk."
Yeah.
And then it just I literally went to go outside to go light up a cigarette. I literally put my cigarette down, go and get my phone, and I see that I'm at $100 in drawdown. I'm like, what the? And I just look at my chart, and it just melted.
There was no news on anything. It's complete fake out. It's out the blue.
Yeah, that's GJ.
That's GJ for you.
GJ's been spending a lot of time with gold. Ooh, Euro leaders are working on a Corona package. Oh, that's why this was a red folder news here. They came close to a deal, but they haven't decided yet what they're going to do to shield, you know, like the frontline workers battling Corona. Interesting. Yeah, because if you notice, once this move happened, this is a great example of like this was not a fundamentally driven news. It was just a market reaction to something that they were trying to do, but they never came to a conclusion on. So whenever something like that happens, the market always corrects that move. Because it like, oh, okay, we went down. Okay, well, the market checked the news. That was like, okay, there was nothing that changed fundamentally. There was no economical driven news. So then markets corrected this whole move, like as if nothing really happened. It's the same thing when you have news events and the news events come out as expected and price moves a lot, but then afterwards you see that whole move gets corrected.
Mm-hmm. Like the after effect, like the ripple effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you wouldn't consider that a kind of like a liquidity check, right?
This move down?
Yeah.
No. GBP CAD. Clean move after we break this resistance. Yeah, I like that idea as well. It's good that you pointed this out because it's clean traffic here to the left once price leaves this area, but within over here, this is just so tough. Extremely tough.
One thing that I really liked on GJ, kind of last night, you know, before that big, huge candle, is I love how if you like notice the 30-minute candles is you kind of notice that the wicks don't go below the previous wicks on the previous 30-minute candles. You know what I'm saying? So I never really focused on that before. I just kind of focused more on the bodies than the wicks, and just noticing that after, you know, taking the webinar, I realized like, yo, this is insane, you know?
Yeah, because that's the perfect example of when price makes higher highs and higher lows, you know. And realistically, when you're trading a trend, you're just putting your trust in the candle. Let's say you're in a buy, right? You're just trusting that candle to respect the previous candle's low and continue going bullish. That's it.
It's crazy, man. Like it really opens like your course, like it really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I would have never really understood. Like just looking at, like I would look at it a million times and then I wouldn't even think about it. But then like you kind of pointed out a lot of things that had me like, whoa, this guy's a genius.
Rakil, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, like you really pointed out a lot of things that I realized like, whoa, like I never really noticed the markets in such a way, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I used to see your Instagrams all the time, like your stories, and you'd be like, oh, like I know you know, this guy teaches this, but like, do you know how to read candles though? And I was like, candles. And then like after realizing and looking at that, I was like, whoa, it makes a humongous difference. You know what I'm saying? Like I have not one losing trade. I have not one losing trade since, you know, after taking, you know, the course. I haven't had a losing trade based off the strategy. Like it's really, really amazing. You know?
Oh shit. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you went to the boot camp in Miami?
I didn't go to the boot camp but I did show up, you know?
Oh, nice. I showed up for like 20 minutes. I was in Miami, so I'm like,
when plotting your support resistance, how much left do you look on the daily? Just look at the most recent ones. Like when I plotted this resistance here, I just looked at, okay, when I look left, I see, okay, one rejection is over here and the next one is over there. I mean, okay, perfect. We got a resistance there. You know, just try not to like complicate things. Like, complications, it results in hesitation to execute most of the time.
13 pips.
Yeah, I think your stop is good because like seems like it's creating some sort of a like a base here on the 15-minute time frame around 150, 134, 150. And we have a winner sending another chart here. Let's take a look. Ooh, Euro JPY. See, the problem you could face here is that maybe this resistance here, you know, which is also support on the 1 hour time frame, so that might put you in some sort of issues. Other than that, your stop is good too, like it's pretty safe, very conservative. TP is above resistance, right? I mean, this TP makes no sense, so it should be somewhere over here. Safe.
Mike needs his glasses.
Yeah, bro, I'm squinting. Alright.
Ooh, what's this chart here? 4 hour. Yeah, I mean,
Damn.
this is good. I mean, if someone's in a buy based on the 4 hour, let's take a look at 4 hour. If you're in a buy based on the 4 hour, and if this 4 hour breaks the high of the previous 4 hour, you can probably bring your stops below the current 4 hour candle. And if you want to be really aggressive about it, you can go to the 1 hour time frame and maybe bring the stops below the 1 hour candle once
How can you
this area gets broken.
tell what candle is bearish and bullish on that last chart?
This is bearish, bullish, bearish, 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 bullish.
On the closing,
This could be a quiz, you know? Which one's bearish? Which one's bullish?
What are the answers? A, B, D?
Like Sean Lee.
Could you use your methods on a higher time frame? Yeah, the thing is that the candles, they all move the same way on all time frames. Like, I mean, if you have the 15-minute, I'm not going to say 15 minutes is good because 15-minute candles, they have weak confirmations. That means that the patterns are not going to be as reliable on the 15-minute as they would be on the 30-minute, and goes to like 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, same thing, just longer holds, you know, as you go up the time frames, obviously. Are we trading the breakout on this pair? There is no we, okay? There's you, me, and everybody else. That's what's happening here. So what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to see like what happens over here. Like basically my bias is bullish, you know, as long as the candles stay bullish. I'm looking for a support to be formed, whether support gets formed over here, whether we break above this zone and we create a support inside this zone to take a buy. I'm just waiting for a support to be formed so I can execute a buy order. But realistically, if I was to look at it from a broader perspective, I would want to see a buy above 134.500, like a nice easy buy where my chances of winning are going to be higher, because now when I look left, there's a clean move that happened yesterday, you know, before London closed. So that would be a good area there. What's this chart here? Oh, GJ with daily. The way daily candle is moving, I think GJ could fill this wick, at least maybe create another one. Yep, I think so too. I think so too. See, now it's retracing. I'm just waiting for a support to be formed so I can take a buy. That's it. And for me, a support is going to be, we have a bearish candle, and after that bearish candle, we have a bullish candle, and then I'm going to buy after that bullish candle. And then we can go toot, toot, toot. Jose Cordero. Let's take a look at this chart. USD Mexican. Yep, looks good. I think you need to really identify where you got this zone over here from. Because I mean, if you got this line over here, that's what makes sense. But this zone here, I don't know what this is. And if you look for sells, looks good because you have clean traffic here to the left. This candle has no wick to the top side, which means there was the bearish momentum was so strong it just couldn't even go up a little bit. So it went down. See, for me, there's still no buys here because I want to see a support forming. What do you expect for GJ weekly to do? GJ has fundamental support. Alright, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at weekly. So weekly candle started down over here, didn't even go bearish. It broke the high of the previous weekly candle. So based on that, I believe that weekly is still bullish. But at the same time, it's in this weekly range below like 134,500 and 132,500. So it really needs to start forming supports on, let's say, the daily, the 4-hour, so that they can provide you some sort of basis of taking buys. You know, because if you look on the 4-hour created a high yesterday, came down, created a support. Now this support means we should continue moving up to 134,800. You know, so now if we say, okay, it's going to continue moving up, for me, I'm looking to see, okay, now if we can create another support on, let's say, the 1 hour, you know, like somewhere over here or somewhere up over here, because the support is going to justify my buying idea. So just, oh, GJ, do you think this range is tradable? Like, no, this is, for me, it's not a tradable range. I would want to see a support forming or a bullish candle forming with like a, you know, smaller body, so my stop could be below it. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Just waiting for support to be formed. Because if you measure this range is what, like 20 pips? You know, so it's not enough range on GJ. Like if this range was like 40 pips, then I'd be in a buy. But it's a small range. Plus you got candles here that rejected here yesterday too. So, you know, so if you're, even if you have 1% doubt in the trade, just wait, just don't take it. I know it's going to go up, but I have a little doubt, you know, so I'm not going to take this trade. That's why I'm waiting for support to be formed so that I can be 100% certain. Because if a support is formed, okay, here's the thing, right? You have price goes up, comes down, creates a support. Now, once the support is formed, you know that, okay, your stop is going to be below the support, and then you're anticipating price to continue moving up. That's what I want formed, because once support is formed, I know how much I can risk. So you need to be really, really picky.
We want to hit a week.
Oh, we got a pending position here on EJ. Let's take a look here. Alright, EJ 1 hour. Wait of this break and retest. Yeah, it looks good. I think you'll have a an area going up over here. I think when you're plotting your most recent resistance and your supports, you should also plot out that what would happen if price broke this support. You should plot that out too, that okay, maybe it's going to come down over here. Or what will happen if it breaks this resistance, then maybe it's going to come up over here. You know, so when you plot out those levels, then you're plotting out your potential destinations. And that's very important to know exactly where you want price to go to. And the worst thing is I hear from people is that when they enter a trade and they don't know where to take profit, you know, that's like driving a car and not knowing when to stop. It just makes no sense. Alright, I got in a buy on GJ here.
Looks good. 10 pips.
Perfect. So got in a buy on GJ. The New York is going to open here soon in 10 minutes. So I'm expecting the New York Open to continue pushing GPJPY bullish. And I'm also anticipating this low to be formed here in the next 30-minute candle to not break this low here. Which is now, if you look on the 30-minute, it's closing in 8 minutes and it's closing with the rejection of this resistance now turned support. And you got a clean candle going up over here. So
See 13500 being smashed.
Yeah.
100%. I'm gonna hold this to like 135. I'm gonna drop my runners at 134.850, and I'm already in profit. It's looking good.
Oof, that just pumped up so nice right now.
Yep, we're coming into at around 10, 12 pips. I'm gonna put stops at break even and secure a position.
Nice.
It's about to break the high of the previous one, so it should be good.
Yeah, that would be great. Wow, someone sent me an email. Can you please look at this chart? No.
Remember one time they sent you like 3 emails.
Yeah.
Like,
Guy kept sending me emails. Please look at this chart. You don't make it clear if you're actually in the trade. You should have made it clear that you just entered.
oh my god.
How much clear can I get?
I think I just put a long on GJ. It was pretty clear, brother.
Yeah.
Especially
No,
when you drop the RR,
this just shows that people just come here to just copy.
copy trade. And the funny thing is that you keep doing, like, when it's a risky trade, you don't post it, you say it, you know.
Yeah.
And
All right, so I'm secured like 10 pips here.
Beautiful.
Man, people are so fucking dumb.
I know, right? I was just waiting for that comment.
Language.
Honestly, how do you even think you're gonna have a trade? He said it 6 times that if it holds support, we're gonna look for a trade. This is an aggressive entry. I'm going to take a trade. This is my risk. I'm taking the trade. This is my stop loss. I'm taking the trade. Like, God.
Oh, baby.
Oh my
on,
God.
baby. 800.
Got him.
Promised land.
Got him 20 pips.
Welcome to Promised Land.
Perfect, guys. Perfect. Perfecto. Everyone who took that trade, give it a like. Give it
All right, get ready.
Give it a like. That's this
Ready
thing's
for
gonna
the
keep
next push.
pumping.
If anybody watched the stream yesterday, what's happening yesterday is happening again today. Just a slightly different candle setup. So if people are trying to figure out how to take entries today on this current candle or this current hour, you should watch yesterday's stream or the highlight on YouTube, or sorry, on Instagram from wicksdontlie, his I guess IG page, and you will see I broke down this exact same idea yesterday. Same thing's happening today.
I mean, this is what you've been preaching for the longest while. Like, the same thing keeps happening over and over.
So Jawad, Umair, Uais, all these people on the YouTube channel, go to the Instagram page, go watch yesterday's highlight on his page, an actual post where it's that GJ buys, and you will get information from that. And then what you can do is you can formulate your own strategy, and you can see if your risk to reward makes.
So since we kind of like created a more cleaner support here on the 15-minute, it would be safe to say to re-enter right now would be kind of suicide, right?
Not really. I don't think so.
Well, your stop is going to be
Like
right there.
15 pips, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
Potentially
20, 30 pips.
It's literally the same as how Ted broke it down yesterday. It could dip back into that level where the bottom zone is.
Has that just created a base? So like it's not keep pushing up.
Yeah, so basically you're expecting the New York volume to push price through this area it made around 134,700 and beyond.
Because if the 30-minute candle were to close bullish, it would be a way more cleaner setup, because then we can drag our stop losses a little bit more higher than we would have to do on the 15-minute. Ooh, the patient game is fun.
This right here, this little base. That was from 8 AM full pack. And definitely you can see another kind of forming.
No, Mac, the base is right over here. This is it right over here. Because the base is a support, right? Because this is going to support your idea for a buy.
Oh, gotcha.
So then you're looking at these wicks. So these wicks are like breadcrumbs left by candles to fill by the next candles.
Right. So
if you're if you're looking for sells and candle goes below this level, then you look at this wick as a rejection. But once you see a support forming and candles start forming bullish, then you see these wicks as destinations. When entering a trade, why did you not wait for the candle to close? Did you check a lower time frame or something? No, I entered because I wanted to have a 10-11 pip stop loss. That's why I entered before the candle closed. So in fact, I had an early entry. I wanted to have an early entry because I was expecting this current candle to continue push up, but it pushed up before the candle closed. So it's a win-win in that aspect too. Can you talk a little more about trade management? Nothing too technical, more just how quickly you should react to candles going against you. Yep, so basically if this 15-minute candle closes bearish, you know, it's not closing in your direction. So then you're going to be more hesitant, right? So let's say you entered a buy right over here and your stop is down over here, right? And if this candle closes bearish, so when a 15-minute candle is closing bearish, there's still a chance for the next 15-minute candle to go bearish as well. So let's say if I was in this buy, right? If I'm in this buy and the 15-minute candle closed bearish, and if the next one breaks the low of this one, then I'm gonna exit 50% of my position. I'll close 50% because then that will mean that okay, the next candle has a higher chance of making a lower low, which will mean a minor downtrend. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that was the most simplistic way I could say it. Are you waiting for another trade? Nope. I took one trade and that's it. I'm good. Waited almost 2 hours for that trade, and if I take another trade and if I lose it, then that waiting 2 hours would make no sense at all. You know, and patience is the hardest game in trading, trust me. When this was moving up, I can tell you I had a little FOMO, but then I had to stick to my rules. And my rules were like, I have to wait for candle to close, have to wait for the candle to create a support, and then take a trade based on my intuition, and that's what I did. Second 15-minute candle of the 30-minute candle, and for the 30-minute to go bullish, you would need the 15-minute to break the high of the previous 15-minute for it to continue bullish, and then from the next 30-minute candle, you can expect it to continue higher. TP didn't get filled and packed stop loss. Oh, whacked stop loss. Yeah, it moved up pretty high. I tried closing it around 755, but it executed at 700, so I lost 5 pips over there. 15-minute candle is now going bullish. If it breaks the high, now the 30-minute has flipped bullish. Let's take a look here. See that 30-minute flipped bullish. So now if you're in a buy, now your buy has a much higher chance of succeeding because the 15-minute broke the high and it made a higher low. So yeah, could be now off to the races.
Yeah, very nice.